2014's Watch Dogs was marred in controversy and ultimately would be seen in the eyes of many as a massive disappointment. Whether it be due to the controversial E3 2012 reveal or other factors, this is a game that I feel was looked down upon despite it selling more than 10 million copies. So the goal of today's review is to decide whether Watch Dogs truly was disappointing or if it's actually a sleeper hit of the 2010s. Watch Dogs would first be revealed at E3 2012, and it would show off some of the most impressive weather effects that I've ever seen in a video game. Stuff like very detailed rain physics and stunning visual effects, and so many features. Only problem being that when the game released in May of 2014, barely all of that was cut. Now don't get me wrong, the game still does feature great weather effects like rain, but nothing to the effect of the 2012 reveal. This naturally would upset many gamers who were expecting what they saw in that 2012 trailer. It's gotten to the point where people have actually made mods that restore a lot of this cut content. Now that we have that whole ordeal out the way, let's get to the review. Every open world game needs a great city, right? I mean, I would hope so. Ubisoft nailed it with the decision to pick Chicago as the location for Watch Dogs. The environment and the people make you feel like it's alive and not a boring, lifeless city, cough cough, steal port from Santo III. I don't live in or have never visited Chicago, so I can't speak on its accuracy, but if anybody's watching this from there, let me know if you recognize any familiar locations. Watch Dogs makes a big deal about using the environment to your advantage because it focuses on hacking and intrusions of the city itself. This can be used to aid yourself during various missions and chases. Need a quick escape from the cops or rival pursuers? No problem, just hit the traffic lights to cause a major accident or hijack the L train. All with the power of a cell phone. A lot of the city hacks are very key in completing missions, like raising blockers or disrupting helicopters. And the abilities are very upgradable using the skill tree. Watch Dogs gameplay is a bright spot about this game. It's like Assassin's Creed in a way where that stealth is safer in my opinion, and cooler. But you can just go loud and kill everybody, so it's not like you're restricted behind stealth. There's plenty of sections in this game that you can complete without even firing a shot or killing anybody. Here, I'll show you.
Southbound train arriving shortly. Who the hell did that?
This game does have one of the best cover mechanics I've personally seen in a video game, but it does have its flaws. I like how you can snap to literally any piece of cover, but sometimes it'll snap to somewhere you don't want to go, and it leads to death. This sucks because Aiden can't really take that many bullets. He dies fairly quickly, and this can be a problem for missions where you need to clear out a small army's worth of enemies. The guns in Watch Dogs are really well done too. There's a great selection of different guns that feel different, like the AK-47 fires very fast while the 417 fires very slow, but does more damage. The enemies aren't very bullet spongy, -1. The game also has a pseudo crafting system where you can find things in the world to make do-it-yourself grenades or distractions. I always appreciate it when a game gives the player multiple ways to attack and complete a mission. It's not just a set goal or like strategy you have to use. It makes every player different in my opinion, which I like. There are a couple missions in Watch Dogs where you have to guide a character through a set path using the cameras, and I'm not the biggest fan of these just because they're annoying. They're not hard or anything, it's just I would rather not have them be there. The way gameplay works also suits the main character Aiden Pearce. He's a very dark, brooding, wears a trench coat, uses technology to his advantage. He's basically like Batman if he was willing to kill and use guns. Actually, that probably describes the Punisher also. Anyway, a lot of people don't like Aiden for his bland personality, and I can see why, but I feel like it just suits the tone of this game. Watch Dogs 1 and 2 have very vastly different directions in tone, and you'll see that when I review Watch Dogs 2 down the line. Aiden is on a mission to find out who ordered a hit on his family when his niece is accidentally killed. And that is what leads to the events of this game. Revenge plot isn't bad, and I think it works here. Aiden's supporting cast does bring the humor into the game to cover up all the sorrow and melancholy. There's Jordy Chin, a fixer, aka mercenary, that Aiden hired, and he has honestly some of the funniest lines in the game.
Sticky bomb. See? It sticks. Cool, huh?
There's Clara, a member of the hacker group DedSec, while not having the biggest impact in the first game, will be very important to the second game, so just watch out for that. She helps Aiden with jobs and finding people. Something big happens to her that I won't reveal here because my goal is ultimately to get people to play this game that haven't checked it out, so I'm trying to do minor spoilers for this video, so I'm not going to reveal what happens with her, but if you know, you know. There's Raymond Kenny, who is one of the original CTOS developers, and just like Jordy, he's also hilarious.
Oh, and I found a 6-gig USB stick full of lesbian porn. You want that too?
Keep it. He even got his own expansion that I sadly don't own, so I won't be able to cover it, but from what I know, it takes place about a year after the events of the first game. It's pretty cool. If I ever can get it, maybe I'll do an update video, but I don't got the funds to buy it right now. The villains are also very well done. There's Lucky Quinn, the mob boss for the Chicago South Club. He doesn't make too many appearances, but he is very important to the story. There's Damian Brinks, who is actually an old partner of Aiden's, and he becomes the villain for most of the game when he kidnaps Aiden's sister. My personal favorite villain, Iraq, is the leader of a street gang that you battle for a section of the game. He's former military, and he goes out unspectacularly, sadly. There's a rival hacker called Default, and he's like taken care of in like 2 minutes. Like he hacks you, you kill him in the next mission. So he doesn't really get a lot of attention. Someone correct me about this, and I could be very wrong, so if I am, sorry, but I'm pretty sure Default is supposed to be a Deadmau5 parody. Someone correct me on that. The story itself is very well done and well written in my personal opinion. It's very engaging. Now, even though I have beaten this game in the past, I still did pay full attention to the story and the characters, and even the narrative. It's gripping and not terrible. Ubisoft did a great job writing this story. This game does have a lot of side content that will keep you busy if you're done with story or just want to take a break from it. There's this online game mode where another player will try to hack you. Now, normally I wouldn't talk about this, but thankfully, while I was recording gameplay, someone did try to play this game with me, and normally I wouldn't care. I was honestly trying to leave the game because I'm like, dude, I don't have time for this, but I ended up finding him and killing him, so that was kind of funny. But there's these small mini games called digital trips, and they are fun time wasters. I wouldn't say they give you anything, they're just fun time wasters at the end of the day. Psychedelic is a goofy, lighthearted mode where you bounce off flowers and rack up points. Spider Tank is akin to Mayhem from the Saints Row franchise, just blow shit up for points and fun. Madness is just running over pedestrians in a hell-themed car, and Alone is a crappy stealth minigame that I really don't care for. The game has a decent soundtrack as well. It has big names like Kid Cudi, 2 Chainz, MGK back when he wasn't insufferable. There's even a great moment where Cream by Wu-Tang Clan plays in the background of a shootout.
What is that?
It's not the greatest soundtrack by any means, but I do not hate it. Now, I do have some small complaints about this game. 2 that come to mind are the fact that there's no blind fire mechanic. The only way to shoot while in cover is to ADS and expose yourself, and you can't fire your gun from a vehicle either. I think Watch Dogs 2 added these, but I'm not sure. I have to go back and play to remember, but I don't like the fact that these aren't in the first game. By 2014, blind fire should be in every open world crime game. There's also the game's abundance on car chases. Now, you don't have to do them every single time, but a lot of the times car chases are baked into the mission, which I do not like. Just because I feel like they're overdone here. There's just way too many car chases in my opinion. My last complaint is the Juggernaut enemy type. These guys take so many bullets and explosives, it's not even funny. They're just bullet sponges, and I don't like them. Luckily though, the positives do outweigh the negatives in this game, which is always good. Now, I said at the beginning of this video, is this game truly disappointing or is it an underrated sleeper? I think it's somewhere in the middle. I think that it didn't help with the E3 controversy, but what the game we ultimately got is a hidden gem in my opinion. Is it the greatest game of all time? No, so that's why the final verdict for Watch Dogs 1 is a 6 out of 10. It's not the greatest game of all time, but I enjoy it. I think it's pretty good. Could have been better though. So, hope you guys enjoyed this little review. If you guys did, consider leaving a like, subscribe, and if I convince you to play Watch Dogs, let me know what you think about it. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm out.